Colorado families. This week on Community Chat, Hagen Nares PLC truck wreck and brain injury lawyers is talking to financial service expert Teodora Moga as a Primerica representative. Teodora has an amazing story. You have to hear about it. She was born in Communist Romania and came to the US at the age of 25. She now has a successful financial services business and is devoted to helping families with children obtain financial security and peace of mind for the future. I'm one of those people. We are here to learn more about her journey. What is it like working with Teodora? And learn about some really important information to give those families peace of mind. Welcome, Teodora. How are you doing?
Hi, Caitlin. I'm so good. I'm so honored to be a guest on your show and, in your podcast. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great. I'm a little nervous. My hands are sweaty, but it's okay. Sometimes it's so hard to talk about ourselves, isn't it? It's like,
It
we're
is.
always out there helping others but when it comes to talking about us, I'm just always a little nervous, but it's good to be here.
Well, I think it's important because you have a fantastic story to share. Now, not only are you my friend, but I have worked with you. And it is one of those situations where I just thought to myself, I need to share you with the world. I need them to know more about you, not only because of your fantastic journey, but also about kind of the idea surrounding your financial services business, what you stand for, what you want to do with people. But first off, let's tell people about that journey. How did it start? Talk to us about Communist Romania, those humble beginnings in coming to the US.
I was born in Romania, yes. So Romania was communist until 1989, and when the revolution and Ceausescu was killed and all the history went down, it just got out of the communism. But for the first, so I was eight when the revolution happened, and so going to school at the beginning, it was under communism. We had to,
Mhm.
give all the respect to Ceausescu and have all these presentations for him, and all the time, be towards Ceausescu and give all the ode to him. I was born in a family of five, and I'm the youngest out of three sisters. And my family is a very strong, powerful, loving family. To this day, we're very close to each other. We lost my father about 5 years ago, but my mom and I, even though I'm 8,000 miles away, we talk every morning for about an hour. My sisters and I are connected all the time, and we have a very, very strong, loving, powerful relationship of that family, like nuclear of like just so powerful love, so much love between us. And it's been amazing to be even to be so far away from them, to still have that connection. When I go home, I feel like I didn't miss anything because we talk every day. I do
Mhm.
have the privilege to go back to Romania every year and visit, and I take my daughter to spend summer breaks there with my mom and my sisters, and she loves it. So that's where the journey started, and school was, interesting, typical. I was always a good girl. I always had, good grades. Didn't really get in trouble much. I loved school. I loved being responsible and kind of go to school because it was the right thing to do my homework, just being the good girl. I never got in trouble. I never got drunk. I never partied too much. It was kind of boring part of, there's not many stories there where I get to tell adventures or anything like that. I always like to study and be responsible. And I went to college in Romania, in my hometown. I wish I could have went away for college, but I was, I guess, fortunate to live in a university city, kind of like all the major universities had campuses in my city. So I didn't have to go anywhere. I get to be home and not live in dorms and not travel for school and any of that. And I graduated in 2006. I'm a car engineer. I have a degree in engineering, technical engineering. And
Oh, that's
then I
fantastic.
wanted more from life. I wanted
Mhm.
I wanted something that was not Romania was not able to offer. I don't think I ever knew exactly what. I just wanted more. So I begged my parents. We were very poor. I grew up very poor. We had to work the land to have food. Communism was rough. My parents
Hmm.
were just middle income families, paycheck to paycheck. Even coming up with the money so that I can, sign up for the program to come to the US was very hard. But somehow they did it. We made it happen. I was allowed to go sign up for a program, and I came to America as an international nanny. And this
Hmm.
was in 2006. And I matched with a wonderful family. It was a single mom with two girls. The girls were adopted from Guatemala, and I got to be their nanny. So I came, and I was, the cultural shock was absolutely phenomenal. It was very interesting coming from little country Romania. I traveled a lot there, so I knew, all about it, but I've never seen towers. I've never seen, high, tall buildings. And I landed in New York, and I had some orientation there for a week. And here you are in New York coming from little Cluj-Napoca. It was the funniest thing, but it was, somewhat scary and somewhat funny now looking back at the cultural shock that I had landing in New York. Scared as could be. I never left the country before I came, and here I am in New York by myself. So it was, a very interesting part of life. And then I got, after that orientation, I got to come to Denver and meet the family. And then it was a year-long contract that I spent with them, and got to take care of the girls. They were 3 and 5. We had so much fun. It was amazing. It was really good.
Well, it
Um,
seems like it seems like a lot of your background, kind of those humble beginnings, kind of working on the farm, paycheck to paycheck in Romania, and then coming to America, and your kind of first experience is working with a successful, single mother and
mhm.
being adopted kind of into their family. And a lot of that background that you've had kind of transitioned into what you wanted to do professionally. And so I know that you started in financial services. And I want you to get into a little bit about what you do, but I, in fact, worked with you. And I want to set the background of how special you are and how I think that background focused on there is that you truly care about family members with children and protecting them for the future. And so I was the perfect example. I came to you, I'm a professional. I've always had great jobs. I have a great degree. I was in good health, but I was routinely turned down for health insurance, basically just because of the status I was in life. I was pregnant for almost 3 years. I have two under two. And the natural consequence of that, postpartum depression. Because of that, I was routinely turned down by three different life insurance carriers, and you stuck to it. You made sure that I was taken care of, and you got me covered. So that was my experience. And I bring that up because I think your background, that humble beginnings, being with a single mom, all that, and kind of translates into what you do. And I'm an example of that. So I'd love for you to share kind of what is your business and what do you do and what is it like to be your client?
Caitlin, you're so amazing, and I'm so honored that I was actually able to. And I do a lot of magic for people. I do the impossible make possible because that's what I believe in. When I became a single mom, I recognized the need for financial education. As a single mom here in Colorado, it was tough, and a lot of my bills actually went to on a credit card. And so
Mm.
when COVID happened, I was shocked, I was scared, and I realized how many people are in my shoes when that wave of insecurity came all over us. So that's when I realized that people need help. I was one of them. So when I reached out for help and I said, I need, somebody to put a plan together for me so that I can, first get out of debt, make sure that my income is protected, because if something happens to me, my daughter, then what? And this is, my example is just a single mom, but families are just looking for answers now more than ever. And so that's when the journey started, when I saw the need of financial education. And that's when I went full force and effect into studying learning a lot about the industry, and then taking it to the next level and help others. How it is working with Teodora, a lot of magic happens because I'm that kind of person. I make the impossible possible. When I decided, back in Romania, that I'm going to go in an unknown country across the world and be by myself and make things happen, I wasn't joking. And I do the same for my clients. When I sit down and we look at, the financial situation they have and where they want to be, we make that happen together, hand in hand, and work through the progress so that we can achieve their goals. But it's incredible how much education people need to have when it comes to finances.
That's great. And I want you to share with us just one piece. And really, if they talk to you, they can learn so much about it. But if you don't mind, just sharing for our community one piece of information that is just something that they can start thinking about to give some peace of mind, some financial security for them. And of course, based on just that first step, there are so many more actions to take. But let's just start with one training tidbit that they can take away with.
One thing that I hope that everybody will remember from me talking so much about Romania and who I am is always buy term and invest the difference. When it comes to financial education, if you buy term life insurance policy and invest the difference, down the road you will be able to retire financially stable and not pay life insurance policy through the entire life and at the end have nothing. Because life insurance, there's so many kinds out there. There's so many different products. But every time you buy term and invest the difference, you are going to be so much better than any other product that's out there, because at the end you have your own money. It is your money in your account and it's growing, and you don't need life insurance for the rest of your life because your money is in your account growing and the need for an expense is not there anymore. So that's what I want, people to remember me, buy term and invest the difference.
Fantastic. And then I know a lot of people don't realize that maybe if they have life insurance that was just given to them from an employer, when they leave that employer, maybe it goes away, or maybe they just don't have, they have a policy they got years ago and never even reviewed it. So I know one of the important things that you do is a policy review, just to look at what you have, give some feedback. So if anybody wants to contact you and just say, hey, I don't really know what I have, or I don't even know if I lost my insurance when I left my employer, can I talk to you? What's the best way to reach you?
It's one of my favorite things to do, to look at the policies that people have, because there's so many. If you open a policy, it's Chinese. We don't understand it. And so many times we love and trust the people that sells us a policy, and we don't even think about it not being the right product for us and our family. And so reading a policy with somebody who is, and knows what to look for and can read Chinese and speak English about it is the best thing to do. Somebody that doesn't have an interest in selling anything, but really just telling you the truth. The best thing is just give me a call, 303-881-3992. Or I'm on social media. I'm Moga Teodora on Facebook, and everything that I post is public. My email is mogateodora@gmail.com. I would actually give you my address too, but I work from home, so I don't think that's very fair to me. But I'm always here. The best and the easiest way is to just give me a call.
Fantastic. And we'll put all your information in these show notes. We thank you so much. I thank you for what you did for my family, but I hope there's other people that you can help. And so thank you, Teodora, for everything.
Thank you.